What is going on, Oh shit! Let's start that over. Fuck, we fucked it up. We spiked like a motherfucker. Okay, take two. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Ghost in the Night, a hauntings and paranormal and true crime. We've just fucked this episode up all.
Welcome to a fucking podcast.
I'll get this right. I gotta get this out. My ADD. Ghost in the Night.
Oh, Joy's here.
A paranormal and
Joy, like the Joy we know.
I don't enjoy who.
Like, isn't there a British Joy? That's a Patreon.
No, that's an Emma. Well, we're happy to see you, Joy.
I was gonna say there's a Joy somewhere in here.
I know we've had a Joy.
It's definitely not my fucking demeanor.
No, it's definitely not your demeanor. Joy, we are happy to have you here.
Okay, do the intro again.
Okay.
Stop talking about other stuff, Phil. You're just ruining everything.
All right, ready? What's going on, everybody?
So I was watching this movie.
All right, welcome to Ghost in the Night, a clusterfuck of all clusterfucks. This is episode 170, Area 52, Dugway Proving Ground. Not just Area 51. Area 51's old news. Will Smith.
Area 51's a fucking cover-up.
Will Smith fucked up Area 51 when it makes into a Hollywood movie.
Did you see that video of that like middle-aged lady that just walked past all the fucking traffic stop things, the barricades? Like she just walked through them and just kept walking into fucking Area 51. And they're like, holy shit, she's really doing it. People recording with their alien t-shirts on. There was literally fucking uniformed police officers there just sitting there like, well, I'll be. Way to be, Sophia.
Good job. So let's see how far she'll go. All right. Yeah, we're doing Area 52, which is the real.
I knew there was a Joy. Like Joy wasn't a new name.
I know, but I
just haven't seen
the screen name. I don't recognize the screen name. Did you change your screen name, Joy?
Well, she can do whatever she wants.
I'm just saying I didn't recognize the screen name.
The past is the past, and the future is now, and the future is female, Phil.
Okay. All right, let's get this fucking thing started. Jesus Christ, we went and fucked around long enough and been dicking off, and
the last 2 days that I've had,
you deserve it.
It hasn't even been that bad. I did the math. I only worked 22 hours in 2 days.
Oh,
that's not that bad.
That's not horrible, but it's not fun.
It's just the random shit that happened. Like you get busy on a Sunday in a sports bar, basically. That's odd with no football.
Especially, yeah.
Yeah, but with no football. And then today I had to play Palmer.
That's like I was kind of when I went in there last night. We're just shooting the shit here. We'll get to Dugway here in a minute. When I went in there
peeling the onion, as Will Sasso says.
When I went in there, I was like, "What the fuck's all these people?
Dude.
What the hell is a Friday?" I'd go in later on Sundays because nobody's there. I get maybe me, two other people, and Nikki.
You'd think with how pissed off the people in the conservative ass area that we live and work in wouldn't be so celebratory for President's Day.
I know, what the fuck. But I walked in, I was like, what the hell is all these people doing?
WTF, bruh. Bitches come and go.
All right, let's get this shit started. Area 52, Dugway Proving Ground. Now, like I said, everybody's heard of Area 51. Like Travis said, it's a cover. Or I don't want to say it's a cover. It is.
I mean, there's probably
not at all times.
I'm sure that there's government activity going on there, but I don't think everybody in the fucking world wouldn't know the location and the name of it if they were doing really shady, weird shit that they don't want us to know about. Like they're probably just like doing dumb shit. They're testing like new weaponry that's not even crazy. It's just like it used to be 50 caliber, now we got 52.
Right. I mean, at one time probably it was the creme de la creme of secret shit, but there's probably a lot of secret stuff going on at Area 51 there and whatever the official name of that place is. What is it?
Area 51.
Yeah. What's the actual name?
I forget. Know.
But
that's how much I've stopped giving a shit about Area 51 ever since I started like really looking into stuff, and I was like, oh, so it's basically like, I don't know what's a good comparison that would be relevant and people would actually know about.
I don't know.
It's like Milli Vanilli. Like it's fake, but it's really not that big of a deal.
Yeah, but I mean, I think the government separates. They don't, they have so many different things going on. I think everybody's getting a little piece of it. they don't put all their eggs in one basket, I think. But everybody's heard of Area 51. The government has multiple bases. We know they have multiple top secret bases. Area 51 is just one. We got Dugway, Area 52, which is secret and not as well known. I'm sure there's a 53, 54, 55. All the way area.
Like Sector 7 from Transformers is fucking real. John Turturro's just running around with government backing.
Yeah, but they have to have these places.
I saw, dude.
They have to have these places just for the fact they got a lot of shit going on. The government has to have secret shit going on.
Yeah.
They, just the testing, the military, new technology, they have to test. And that is what is going on here. But this, like you were saying, there's top secret stuff at the old Area 51. And that's like when the whole Storm Area 51 thing came about. Now, I think I did an episode about it. I said, go ahead. There's nothing fucking there.
And we've talked about it. Like, even if there is shit there, storm it all you. What the fuck do you think is going to happen? You think it's going to be like when they stormed the Capitol? No. The fuck? You fucking morons. Do you not? Let's take a step back and think about this. We're going to come to band together as a people and we're going to storm anything. Okay, first off, I'm sure you're going to get half the people that you thought you were going to get. Second, it's the goddamn U.S. fucking government. With the U.S. government comes the fucking U.S. military. The goon squad of the fucking world. With the biggest guns and the most explosives and the most money. You really think that if they want to keep you out of something that they're not going to? That they're going to fail? No, like they're going to shoot everybody if they absolutely have to. And if that doesn't work, guess what's coming in?
Yeah, this is Captain Carol Williger. We're coming in hot with F-18s. I seriously suggest that everybody that doesn't want to die gets the fuck out.
And they're like, if you don't want to die, get the fuck out. They're like, yeah, won't do shit. And then it's literally exactly like the fucking recording of the nuclear bomb testing.
Yeah.
And there's some general just sitting there sipping a fucking Americano from Starbucks, kicked back in a fucking lazy boy in the middle of the desert for no reason, that he made some poor private first class like bring in on his back, and he's just like, told you, fucking hippies.
Yeah. But all these bases are secretive. They all do something different, I would say.
Yeah.
They all test new aircraft. They all do some sort of top secret experiments or development in some way, shape, or form. But trust me, I think alien technology or the reverse engineering of alien technology, if you believe we have it.
It's right, Pat.
But my point is that...
Or it was.
Right.
Might not now. Realistically, let's be real. It's 700 feet underground at this point.
Yeah, but my point is the alien shit we got going on, or we think we have going on, that's not even the scariest part of all this. And Dugway is a perfect example of that.
Who's Doug? That's what I want to know.
It's a town.
And what's his way? Is it like a 3-way or a 4-way from Skyline? Dugway?
Maybe.
Can I get a Dugway? What's a Dugway? Oh, it's extreme cheese, extra chili, beans, chopped up hot dogs, and Chad spit. Chad's been working a really long shift today. He's in a bad mood.
Yeah, but where was I? Oh, I was talking about something. Oh, I think Area 52 might be, this Dugway Proving Ground, might be one of the darkest bases we have. And I mean dark is in
racist.
Locked up, tied in a bull's ass. I fucked that up. This episode's going to hell in a handbasket. Fuck. But
it's not going any worse than any other fucking episode.
That's true. But it's dark in what we know, it's proven that they do there, and we'll get into that. So you're definitely gonna want to stick around for that shit because it gets fucking crazy. Yes,
I got a problem.
I have a.
Where the fuck is your mom?
I don't know.
Shut this fucking thing down. We're not doing a live stream. Phil's mom is the heart and soul of this whole thing. Where do you think we get all our ideas from? I was just waiting for your mom to be like, "You hush your mouth."
Yes, probably. She might be here, or they might be taking naps.
She's sitting there with her husband, and she's like, "Little pussy, Travis talking shit. He's about to catch that atomic elbow."
She dropped. Trust me.
Another quick sidebar. You know what I forgot? It was a thing. That fucking
homosexuality.
No. Hashtag never forget. That fucking rap song that Macho Man Randy Savage made with that guy back in the day. You've never heard that?
I'm sure I have it. I'm just
oh my god, it's amazing. I was listening to a mashup playlist on YouTube Music, and a mashup of that and something else came on, and I was like, this is amazing. I can die happy.
Yes. What was I saying about Doug? Oh,
you're telling us who the fuck Doug was.
Doug is a guy.
The Doug Funny from the cartoon Doug. Do 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 chicka chicka chicka.
Right, but Area 52, Dugway Proving Ground, is really where we do the nasty shit. I think, and it goes so much deeper than.
It gets moist and stinky and frothy.
When I say nasty, I mean fucked up shit.
You know, same.
Our deepest, darkest secrets. Like what you do in the bathroom at 2:00 in the morning. That kind of shit.
All I could think of was the Goonies. He was like, "Tell us everything, kid." And he was like, "When I was in the 3rd grade, I puked on the living room floor and I blamed it on the dog."
Yes, but that is really what we're gonna cover here, because it's fucking crazy. When I first started researching this topic, I was thinking more of the alien thing. This isn't.
That brings up a good point too. In the comments, was it Uncle Doug, the one that taught us all how to play hide the teacup in the bed sheets?
I never had an Uncle Doug, so I missed out on that childhood experience.
Yeah. Sometimes when he's real tired, we wouldn't play hide the teacup in the bed sheets. We played tummy sticks.
So I'm just saying, stick around. I'm just ignoring your ass tonight. I'm having a hard enough time getting focused in as it is, but just stick around, because this shit gets nasty and gnarly and fucked up of what they did there, what they really do there.
That's another great comment. Just the fact that Kevin here put the movie Stealing Harvard into the comments. Have you ever seen that movie?
No, I've never seen that movie.
Oh my god, it's so good. It's got fucking Tom Green in it.
Well, that's probably why I've never seen it.
What's up, what?
Eli?
What?
What?
I know that it's not the real one, but
What?
apparently Eli Apple is in the chat.
Hey, what's up?
Go on.
Okay, where is Dugway Proving Ground, or AKA Area 52? Dugway Proving Ground is 85 miles southwest of Salt Lake City, Utah, between Dugway and the Utah Test Range. It forms the largest overland special use airspace in the United States. It's bigger than Area 51.
Whoop-de-doo, Basil.
It covers 1,252 square miles, Travis. Square miles. Huh. What's up? It's probably Gonzo.
Oh, I mean, if it's Eli Apple, what's up? That's fucking sick.
But it covers, like I said, it covers 1,252 square miles.
I love Kevin's Hawaiianism. Sorry. Honale. A Sabra.
But just
I go down the South Shore. I pick up some fucking Heinekens.
Just to give you guys, Travis, give you a reference, and the people watching.
About the soup. It's Gonzo.
And people listening, for a frame of reference, I believe Rhode Island is only 1,220 square miles.
No shit. We've been over this. I can lay on my back and rocket a turd out of my ass and go all the way across the state of Rhode Island.
But that is
it's just movie quotes going off in the chat, and I love it.
But I mean, yes, we joke around here, but still, that's a pretty goddamn big freaking base.
Yeah, that's like national park sized.
Right. I mean, it's impressive. Dugway does have residents. It's a town. There's actual residents there, and as of
A military family, I'm assuming.
I would assume so. I would think so. And according to the 2010 census,
Oh
I've researched.
man, you're going like
I'm trying to
like
be,
almost me level. You see, my research is really good until it gets to right at the end because I always push it too far between work and my social life and research.
But according to the 2010 census, there's 795 residents of Dugway.
Really?
And there's a high school, and I believe they're.
I just had a thought. Sorry, I'm going to post on social media while we do this.
I believe their the high school's mascot is the Mustangs. Just a little FYI.
Where is this place? What state?
Dugway, Utah.
What state? Utah. Okay.
There's some fucked up shit going on in
I was
Utah.
gonna say, if you would have said, and I'll say it right for if we have any listeners in the state, if you said it was in Colorado, because the fucking Mustang statue at the Colorado airport.
Oh yeah, that's. You
Mm.
mean the Denver airport?
Sure, same.
But
Go ahead, I'll read it.
okay. Where was I at? Fuck. Oh.
Oh
but
my God! These fucking kids and their 4-wheelers and their dirt bikes. You do not have to throttle those things like that. Literally all the time. I don't mind that they do it. Like, cool, have fun, be young. But like, literally all the fucking time, they're. I'm like, bitch, what the fuck are you doing?
Yep, I know.
Go read a book. Even though with the area of town we live in, it'd probably be fucking upside down and they'd smell it first.
Yes, but like,
Although, let's also be honest. You have to admit, the smell of a fresh book, there's just something about it. Because like I'm a half price books guy, so if I buy a brand new book, I'll take while it's still closed up. I'll just give a little sniff to the pages after I rub it on my taint.
I don't even know why I fucking try anymore.
Doug Dimmadome.
Okay, 795 residents.
What the fuck?
What?
I was in the middle of reading a comment and you fucking
right
clicked on the fucking screen.
I was trying to shut your ass up.
This is why this fucking marriage isn't working, Phil. Because you right click when you should left click.
We're gonna divorce now, damn it. I guess we can just one day a week, have a quickie.
You take the children, but you leave me my monkey.
All right, 795 people live there, but I did read an article. Then they said it was closer to 1,400 now, and I'm kind of confused about this because a base this size, I would think if it was just military people, it would be much bigger than that. A base this size has to have a lot more fucking people there because they're just not military; they're civilian contractors and all. I would think if they lived, all the people that worked at the base lived there, it'd be greater than even 1,400 with families and shit. If they have kids, or do they actually allow residents? Or is this around the town? I don't know. If anybody knows, be sure to send us an email at gitmpodcast@gmail.com.
How many emails do we have for this show?
2.
Yeah. Because I use the other one to log in everything.
Well, yeah, that's
only for the cool people.
No, because I made GITN because it's a little bit easier to spell than
fair.
Ghost in the Night Podcast @gmail.com.
Well,
I'm trying to make it easier for the listeners and the viewers.
Oh, speaking of, check us out on Parapost. I doubt anybody on here is on Parapost, but if you are, we're on there. Social media game on fleek, even though nobody says that anymore.
Okay. But Dugway Proving Ground has been operational since 1942. It was the base where the military/government would test chemical and biological weapons.
Excellent.
Awesome. And, in 1942, we'll cover this. They are really concerned about the environment, and they did a lot of testing that probably wasn't very healthy to the people in the wonderful state of Utah. That's probably what happened to fucking Skinwalker Ranch. Some of these chemical weapons went downwind.
An interesting hypothesis, sir.
And mutated some person And there you have the skinwalker. So I do not know. But this probably might be one of the most secure bases in the United States. Just being the mere size. You know, you can't get to it. It's surrounded by 3 mountain ranges. So it's horseshoed in. There's only basically one way in, one way out.
It's a death trap.
Yes. Now, it is said that, I don't know how true this is. Well, I should say, people have made a big to-do about what I'm about to say, but I'm going to explain myself a little bit. It has been said that parts of this base are so secure and top secret that the military isn't even allowed to go to these sections. But if you know anything about how security works...
I'm listening.
If you know anything about how security works, the government doesn't tell nobody knows all the secrets. They break it up into sections, just like how they did the atomic bomb. They had 1,000.
Right there. I also blame Dragon. Fuck Dragon. Oh, he's former military special force. No, the fuck he's not. He's a goddamn actor.
He's got an IMDb or whatever.
That motherfucker. He was in Afghanistan. No, the fuck he wasn't. While that shit was popping off, he was part of the Pasadena Playhouse, learning how to be an actor.
Right. But the way the security world works, I would imagine, and I don't think it's that big of a deal. There are parts of this base that the military can't go to, just because there are civilian contractors doing, top secret work, and they're just not going to let just because you're in the military doesn't give you free range to go wherever the fuck you want. So I think people this sounds cooler than what it really is. When they say, oh, it's so secret, they're doing such secret stuff there that the military isn't even allowed.
Yeah.
It makes sense to me.
Yeah.
That being civilian testing going on there as well, that they're just not going to let any military person in, that you have to have a clearance to get to these sections. And there are probably several military people. The cook at the base probably doesn't have access to go play tiddlywinks with the fucking aliens.
Tiddlywinks.
I'm just saying. I'm no genius or military brain. It just makes sense to me. Now,
damn it.
we've talked about the Roswell crash here before. Not really went into a lot of detail about it, but it is reported that we know it's been a statement of fact that, like Travis said earlier, when Roswell happened, they shipped it off to Dallas, and from Dallas it went to Wright Pat.
Yes.
Now from
Right field at the time.
At the right field at the time. Excuse me. But odds are, if I know anything about the government, they probably separated the shit, and probably some of it did end up. If there was an actual aircraft or a spacecraft that crashed at Roswell, even from Wright Pat, they probably broke pieces apart and sent some probably to Area 52 to Dugway, and probably to Area 51. That's the way the government works. No one department handles everything. Just like I said earlier, the atomic bomb. There was 1,000 people working on that project, making shit for the atomic bomb and doing calculations and all that.
Manhattan Project?
Oh, the Manhattan Project, yes.
There had to be.
Yeah, there was over 1,000 people working on that project, and not one of them knew what the fuck they were doing. It wasn't until the bombs hit the fucking ground they said, "Oh shit, that's what we were doing."
Yeah, Einstein was part of that.
Right. So that's how the government works. Plausible deniability. You don't, and Bob Lazar talked about this. You only work on your certain little portion of it. You don't have the big picture. And I would assume that's why, if there was a crash in Roswell, that some of the stuff has been spread out through these military bases. So it isn't that far out of the realm of possibility that some of it is here at Area 52, especially by now.
52.
And probably, like you said earlier, once Area 51 became common knowledge, they probably cleaned house a little bit at 51, and naturally, some of those projects and those research, whatever they were doing, probably ended up at 52 as well.
Sorry, I was tweeting.
tweeting anybody good. You sending dick pics again?
Well, no, with the we had some very decent movement on that one fucking Ancient Aliens and Mulder meme that I posted. So I was like, let's see if we can use some of this heat.
Right. Now let's get to the good stuff here. Let's talk about the UFO sightings at Dugway Proving Ground. Strange things have been seen over the base and around the base for years, ever since the beginning of time, or since 42, they say. But
Since the beginning of time, so since the year 1?
no, 1942. What the hell? I'm sitting on my headphone cord. This is a shitty fucking day. I quit. I'm going home. I am home. Fuck. Anyway, a witness named, I forget where I saw this. I might have been watching or listening to another podcast. I don't remember. I think maybe.
I don't know. I've steered away from getting any information from other podcasts.
Well, I have to have something to do all day.
Oh, I mean, still listen to them. I just don't like.
But
dictate.
I thought the story was very interesting. A witness by the name of Alien Dave. We're talking credible right fucking there, baby.
Fuck off.
Credible shit. I'm sure he didn't want to use his real name when he was telling the story, but Alien Dave.
Watch, one of these days it's going to come out. He's going to show. It's going to be a picture of him and his ID, and it's going to say Alien Dave.
I don't even want to know what they're fucking talking about in the chat room tonight.
Oh, there's a lot going on. There's people talking about the Skinwalker Ranch show, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the crash site and where it came from and stuff like that. All kinds of. It's a very random chat tonight, and I kind of like it.
Compared to better than last week. Last week it was they were kind of dead, and nobody was really talking in the chat room last week.
Know. I mean, it was Wednesday though. It was an off night for us,
right? But like
we say that as if it's like, man, I can't believe there's not our normal 5,000 people in here. Even though if we get to 10, I'm like, fuck yeah.
But like I was making fun of Alien Dave here because
fucking Alien Dave.
What he says he saw probably has nothing to do with aliens. So I think it's funny that he uses the name Alien Dave.
Alien eat a dick.
But apparently he reported to some UFO researcher that he saw a jet, one of our jets, just flying around.
Big fucking deal.
Which is common. You would see this around the base. I've seen jets here being this close to the right path.
Yeah.
But what this jet did was very, very interesting. Now, according to Alien Dave, now take him for what it's worth with the name Alien fucking Dave. All I'm saying.
Which is not much.
Right. But he said that this...
What about Tree Fitty?
That's being generous. But he said this jet was flying along. He was watching it, jet gazing, and all of a sudden, the fucking jet disappeared.
Oh my God.
Just disappeared. Was there and went and just was gone. Did not seem to accelerate fast. It just became invisible. Now, was this alien technology reversed?
Probably not.
Or do we... It has been reported, I've said it on this podcast, I've heard that the government is... The military-industrial complex in their technology is about 50 years ahead of us.
Well, and I say all the time,
30 years.
I say all the time, if that was reverse engineered alien technology or aliens in general that the government has a part in or knew about, and this one's going to you, Alien Dave, you're not going to fucking see it.
Well, they do have to test it.
Yeah, but like...
Right.
But they're not going to do... They're definitely not going to do it in a place where a guy like Alien Dave's going to see it. You think that motherfucker's not all over fucking, like, MySpace telling people where he's going to be? He's like, I don't know. Nobody ever messages me back or reacts to it. But, honey, did you post that I'm going to be at Dugway Proving Grounds on my LinkedIn account? I'm really hoping for a good turnout this time.
Yeah. But that's a funny you should say that. There are some of those people that are very skeptical of the UFO concept and saying,
God damn it.
There's a lot of these sightings could be very well top secret U.S. craft.
Yeah.
We are testing these, and they fly them over these legitimate places like the Phoenix Lights, for instance.
P-Honix.
Or there was that one in Texas, I think, that the triangle one, I think that was in Texas, the classic triangle one.
Mm-hmm. Oh, fuck it.
Which a lot of those look like the stealth bomber or in the fighters. You know, the only difference is the rate of speed and the lack of noise, but
you know, very important things that we will not talk about.
yes, but eyewitness testimony is not the most accurate sometimes. But
sometimes
those people who are really skeptical of the UFO agenda think that the government, it's a psyop. The government wants you to believe it's a UFO. That way, they don't have to answer any questions about what it really is. Their technology. So they are more prone to fly over more populated areas, bigger cities, and not give a fuck because they know they have the UFO whack jobs in their back pocket.
Fair enough.
You know, so it's who the fuck really knows?
Yeah.
What?
I don't know. This Alien Dave guy automatically gives me vibes like that one guy that fucking tried to launch himself into orbit with his homemade rocket.
Didn't he die? Didn't he go splat?
Oh no, not in the documentary.
Oh no, I'm thinking of the guy, the flat Earth guy.
Yeah, he's a flat Earth guy.
Yeah, I thought he died.
Oh well.
I think because the first time he got grounded, or he couldn't, there was a malfunction, and he took off. I guess his parachute coming down, gravity kind of held in the parachute or something. I think.
I don't know. I know he landed in the documentary that I watched.
I think all the is that the pro or the con one? The pro. I've seen the one. You know, basically.
He's pro flat Earth.
But the whole documentary is pro flat Earth.
Oh,
I think
it was pretty much just about that guy.
Oh,
it was it's kind of funny.
yeah. But I'm pretty sure he fucking died. I
don't know. According to him, he was a stock car driver. He was what was it, like the world's most famous limo driver. Yeah,
that's a thing,
right? Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, man, it really sounds like you're just a fucking crazy asshole.
You know what? I'm the world's most popular podcast host in Hamilton, Ohio.
That's probably not even true.
Borderline Liberty Township in Fairfield.
I bet you it's not even true. There's probably some people out around here that get like fucking like 40,000 downloads an episode.
Fuck off. I'm the most popular podcast host within
this street.
40-foot radius.
Oh, did we ask the Ouija? No, that thing didn't move when we used it. Until I asked it if Jeffrey Epstein killed himself, and it gave it a resounding no. Some would say that somebody moved it. I'm here to tell you. Go on.
Oh, okay, other witnesses. This is an alien, but let's keep to the aliens. Stay somewhat on topic before I jump to the next one. Now, there's one witness. I don't know the person's name. It doesn't have a cool name like Alien Dave. This is
Spaghetti Steve,
an anonymous source. He said that this is a typical sighting. A red light, like a red orb, hovering above the base, and then splits into 2, 3, 4 different.
Well, that's very common too. It is like the single vessel becoming multiple vessels, right, or other vessels
merging,
coming from or merging into.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, like when something like that, the way this guy described it, could be flares, just to play devil's advocate. But who the fuck knows? So there are things being seen over this base, which it's a testing base. Naturally, you're going to see some weird shit.
Right.
It's, I'm not discounting UFOs, but 99.5% of all sightings, UFO sightings, are probably military technology we're not aware of.
Yeah, you have to be like, I fully believe in extraterrestrials, but you have to be realistic.
Right.
Because everybody's like, "Oh, have you been abducted? Have you seen an alien?" No. I'm just somewhat informed on things, and I know that it's basically a mathematical impossibility that there's not intelligent life in the universe.
And honestly, the more I've researched this and I've grown over the years when it comes to alien ET life, I think it's more they're dimensional. I don't think they're coming from Deep Space Nine.
You really love that dimensional stuff.
I think there's other. I believe there's other.
I'm not knocking it.
I believe there's other.
It's just never been my thing. I don't think that there's not. It's just not. It doesn't tickle my balls as much as other stuff. Like you know me. I'm fact based.
Yeah, but I think
and science based and the shit that I can see.
Let's be honest. That is more realistic than a species of alien is so far advanced it can travel hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds upon thousands of light years to come visit little old us.
Yeah.
That's more, to me, that's more
powerful. Oh, I mean, just like I'll give you that, because like just the propulsion system alone of something, of a craft that could achieve that would, like, the propulsion, the speed at which you would have to move, and then like the construction and the technology and the fuselage of something like that is so, like, granted, yes, we're talking about something that's outside of our realm of knowledge and what science can achieve that we know of. But like, just the materials and stuff that you would have to find and make to, like I said, to make a fuselage that could take the speed at which you would have to travel without warping into some type of a dimensional area.
And I'm all for, if
probably, or it could just be black holes. I mean, those could be like little fucking super highways between from place to place, for all we know.
Very possible. But I'm all for like an advanced civilization 1,000,000 years older than us could have that kind of technology. It's okay. If somebody is 1,000,000 years older than us out there on another planet somewhere out,
which is again a crazy amount older than our species,
right? With how looking at how we have grown over the last 100 years, from the difference between you and me, my high school years to your high school years to right now, phenomenal growth in technology.
I mean, like we're not that far apart, but like, for instance, when I went to school, we had electricity and running water.
And Travis is back to being an asshole.
But it is true though. Like even in my age gap with people that I work with, or even my significant other, like they've never had to really known what it was like to not have like a cell phone or a computer in school and shit like that. Which, like, it's not a bad thing. It's just weird to think about, you know what I mean? Like, but I'm just now getting to the point where, like, I'm old enough to be like, oh shit, like, oh, there's now officially differences in how I came up and how other people are coming up.
Yeah, but I can believe
I would love to see a Generation Z kid try to change a Generation Z person, because there's plenty of adult Generation Z people now. Like, yeah.
What year does that start?
I don't know.
2000?
I don't know. But they're adults now.
Yeah.
There are adult Zoomers, if you will. But it would be interesting to see a Zoomer try to change the ribbon on a typewriter.
Hell, it's been so long, I couldn't do it probably now.
I think I could figure it out if you gave me a couple minutes with it.
But I'm not, like I was saying earlier, if a civilization out there in deep space is 1,000,000 plus or whatever years older than us, that much, and has advanced that far,
we can't even fathom what they could be capable of.
It's very possible they have the technology to get here. But let's be honest, the vastness of space, we are not even a grain of sand to them. And just finding us would be almost...
Okay, so Generation Z started in 1996.
Oh, really? I thought my oldest was a millennial. Oh, I thought it was like 98, 99.
I think it's just somebody who's lived most. I think basically it's somebody who's lived most of their life since the new millennia.
He's a Zoomer then. Yeah, the odds of them finding.
I'm Generation Z and I have my own typewriter, so you're a hipster.
Exactly. But having that technology doesn't mean they can even necessarily find us with that ease.
Right.
And we'd have to be making a lot of fucking noise.
Well, that's the thing is like that's always been one of my thoughts is like if there's an alien race coming here, whatever species, whatever the fuck, I don't know, coming here, would it be like, would they have like a scouting mission, or would it just be like a fully transient, mobilized, like community? You know what I mean? Like almost like WALL-E, like how all humans are on that ship and shit like that.
I almost think it'd be more like, and some people, UFOologists, believe the Greys.
Ufologists.
The Greys aren't actually aliens. It's almost like their version of our probes that we send out.
Mm-hmm.
They're like some kind of AI or a drone or a clone or what?
Yeah, like bananas.
Yes. What is your thing with bananas?
What?
You were talking about bananas last night.
Like, I've been eating a lot of bananas.
Low on potassium.
No, it's just.
Or you just like rubbing the phallic shape of them.
I do like pointing out to people that I'm like, the best part about being a guy, I can eat bananas in public. But no, I'm just like. But I mean, it's the same thing because there are no, like, you'll never eat an essentially new banana. They are every growing that we know of, as far as like consumer wise, every plant that grows bananas for consumer consumption is a clone.
Well, I believe we're eating clone beef now.
Oh, probably.
I believe we are. I think that was what was I watching?
I'm pretty sure I had a cheeseburger that was made out of cottage cheese a couple weeks ago.
I was listening to something with I was probably Tim Pool. I was listening to Tim Pool and he had Alex Jones on.
Mm-hmm.
And Alex Jones says some crazy shit. Just
no, hear me out.
Now, so he
turn on the fucking fog's gay.
Alex was saying his crazy shit. And, Tim was trying to rein it in, okay, that's not true. And he said something about clone beef, and Tim said, that's not true. And he said, that's crazy. We're not doing that. And then about a minute later, I guess he looked it up. He said, son of a bitch. Or not. He didn't say, oh my, you were right.
Yeah.
They are cloning beef, and we are eating it.
Yeah. Like, people want to act like cloning isn't a thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like it is.
So point is, Alex has been right about a lot of shit. Now he's been when he misses big.
Yeah.
But
why do you think I'm so big, like, worried about where science is going with paleontology?
Because you're a really geek,
dude. They're gonna do some Jurassic Park shit. It's gonna happen.
Oh, I know they are.
Like, but it won't be with a dinosaur.
That will be.
It'll start with a fucking like a cave lion or a cave bear or something like that.
A prehistoric virus.
Mm-hmm. I actually just heard a new thing about that, basically. It was air sac something.
Ball sack what?
No, it was air sac something. It's like an actual like disease within that they found evidence of, and like enough evidence to actually categorize it and label it in a dinosaur. I guess it's still a thing in modern birds, or can be a thing.
I was watching something about global warming and the ice caps, permafrost and all that shit, and, melting. And apparently there's they found weird shit, virus type shit, and they even found something in, I think, a woolly mammoth that they found in the permafrost that was,
Was it herpes?
Simplex 10. Eddie Murphy gave it to him.
I mean, fuck, look at the herpes that is transmitted between monkeys. The herpes in monkeys can cause, like, fucking brain damage and shit.
Tyler mentions the Anunnaki.
That's a whole nother thing. Like that's a whole we could do a whole episode on that.
Well, going on that, we were talking about the.
How do you feel about the theorization of the Anunnaki being the Atlanteans? Or that modern day Atlanteans or relatives or descendants of Atlanteans are was it Ethiopian or something like that? Because or Ethiopia or Somalia or something like that, or that region maybe is like the only place where you get a dark skinned person that can have like blue and green eyes.
Mm-hmm. What the hell is that?
What?
I've never seen that.
Why does that thing do? That's the second time that's done that.
Oh, that's just okay. Okay, it's
sorry, technical difficulties.
No, but getting back to, and this will kind of tie into the Anunnaki thing that Tyler brought up. I think it's more possible.
Anunnaki.
I was talking about, if somebody that far advanced than us could have the technology to get here, but just finding us would be the problem. We're not even a grain of sand. You've seen those shows where they get balls and shit.
Yeah, and they spread them out, and they're like, this is the Earth.
This is,
and then it's like, and this
it was
the
like
sun.
Pluto is like 3 miles away, and it's a pebble. So this,
it's like chill out, Carl Nye, the science dude.
I think it's more plausible for that civilization to, there's some people that believe we were genetic experiments.
Mm-hmm.
The ancient alien theory or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, not even the ancient alien theory.
Isn't it that the Anunnaki mated with a hominid
created
species?
Us.
Oh, yeah.
Basically took George of the Jungle. Took George of the Jungle, juiced him up a little bit, and created us. So I think that's just as plausible than a UFO.
Yeah. It's just, it's just as plausible as everything. You know what is definitely more plausible than? Creationism.
Maybe. I don't know.
I'm just saying. And also, that would basically be creationism.
Right.
An all-knowing, all-powerful being from the sky, from the heavens,
that's the interesting,
made man.
That's the interesting thing about ancient alien theory. The ancient alien.
Travi did a thing.
No, I've had this conversation with religious people. The ancient aliens.
It's usually when they start getting pissed off.
No, actually, I had this conversation with my mom one time. And
is your mom religious?
She's deeply religious. That's why she doesn't like your ass. No. And
I have to say, I'm like one of the more respectful, non-religious people.
Yeah, if ancient people were as dumb and as backwoods as we say as academia tells us they were, they're just basically Forrest Gump stumbling around in the desert and all this shit, which I don't subscribe to. I think, like I've said in the past, I think ancient civilizations were highly advanced and shit happens, whether it be ice age or catastrophe, meteor strike or whatever, and shit has been reverted. I think this has been a cycle.
Yeah.
That's happened many a time. But if they were as backwards as scientifically dumb as academia wants to tell you they are, who's to say a spaceship flying in or a UFO couldn't be the angels that they were talking about?
Well, and here's another thing is it even academia telling us lies, or is it just what we actually know because that's all we can actually see?
Right.
Because everybody's like, oh, well, we do this, about the layers of the blah, 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 blah. What's further down? You know what I mean? Or for all we know, maybe this shit keeps happening. Maybe we're just a fucking a breeding ground for new species, and they literally just come and take everything. And they're like, boop, and then they come back and we got another idea, and they drop another life form, or start another life form on this planet, and let it basically petri dish until they're like, nah, kill it, let's start again, or they're like, all right, now drop this one off on fucking ZR-73.
I do believe that is more likely that if aliens are coming here, or ET, whatever, are coming here, that are coming from deep space, it's more like the whole test tube thing, like Tyler said. Maybe they're just checking in on the ant farm.
Yeah.
That's more like, or that's why I go to dimensional.
I don't know, but if this advanced technology is out there, and if somebody hasn't fucking handed over the blueprints to make the flims defer from Cloudy the Chance of Meatballs, it's fucking bullshit.
All right, let's get back.
That should have solved world hunger.
Let's get back to Area 50.
And I want to hear it talk. Did you ever see that movie?
I've not seen it all.
Oh my god! Every time it like they plug in a specific food, the machine literally if he put in cheeseburger at one point, and the machine literally goes cheeseburger and just starts fucking shooting cheeseburgers into the sky.
Let's get back to Area 52.
An hour later,
Yes,
it's like that. It's like a SpongeBob meme. 3 hours later.
Okay. Other strange shit people have seen at Area 52, Dugway Proving Ground. One witness claims that
Dolly Parton.
those are the mountains behind.
Gee, I don't get it. Well, I guess she had to stay relevant somehow.
Hey, she's
I got big tits, blonde hair, and a tourist destination.
and she's Miley Cyrus's godmother.
Is she really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because her and Billy Ray were tight, I guess. I don't know. Fuck.
That would be interesting. I would be interested to find out that Billy Ray Cyrus has never even fucking met Dolly Parton. He's just like, well, why is Dolly Parton your daughter's godmother? Because it's fucking Dolly Parton, bro.
That's why.
What the fuck do you mean? It was either her or the chick that married Johnny Cash. But she was fucking dead.
All right. But other witnesses have seen caravan, of military vehicles just driving, and all of a sudden the mountain opened up.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of
drive
stories
in,
like that.
And
There's plenty of stories like that all over the
Right.
world.
I've seen
Because I believe those. I guarantee. I would almost put money on it that in certain places in the world, there's definitely secret facilities within mountain ranges.
Well, what's the one where NORAD's at? Where NORAD? That's a mountain range, a base in a mountain.
Yeah.
What's the fucking name?
I don't know.
It's
They had one in fucking League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
And what is it? Stargate, the series.
Oh, I don't know. I've never watched the series.
That's where the base is at. That's where they are located. Stargate.
Fuck, the lady in The Watchmen had a base in a volcano.
That would be a little hot.
That's where she kept Elton John.
Oh.
That was the best part of that movie, was Elton John waking up in that little fucking see-through room, and he was like, "What did you do to me, you fucking bitch?"
June Carter, Tyler is. I think he's the new researcher for this podcast.
We have a position open.
Cheyenne Mountain, and Gregory's vying for the position as well.
Man, we're killing it.
We got the best listeners.
Look at us having fucking listeners that are like intrigued and engaged.
Yes, but that is most.
Who would have thought that my dumb fuck face would have come on here and talked the way I do, and people would be like, I actually enjoy this.
Well,
I don't even like listening to my shit half the time.
Some people think we're immature and unfunny.
And those people are called
Correct.
Celtic Mom 2. Seriously, what's with all the cussing? Do you think it makes you cool? No, I don't give a fuck if you think I'm cool. This is how I talk. Catch me literally anytime. The first word out of my mouth in the morning when I wake up is fuck.
Yes. Yes, it is. All right. Now let's move on to something else that I really love talking about, because I think this fucker is a little weird and crazy.
Penises?
No.
Fuck.
Dr. David Greer. You know who that
This
is?
is Alien Dave?
No, it's not Elliot Dave. Same, maybe. I don't know.
You heard it here first, folks.
We're breaking shit here. Oh, no. Dr. Greer is the one who had that thing, in 97, 98 in Washington, D.C., where he had all the people from the government have a press conference. He's big in the UFO community because he's actually a legitimate doctor, medical doctor, just not one of them PhDs of psychology or women's studies. But David Allen Greer.
That's a new one.
David Allen Greer. He is much more fascinating than Dr. David Greer.
David Allen Greer. I haven't heard that one in a while. Holy shit. He was awesome in
He was.
fucking
Boomerang. He was good in Boomerang.
In the Army Now.
Yes.
The Pauly Shore movie.
Yes. He was good in Living Color.
Yeah.
All right. But Dr. David Greer, he believes that there is a massive cover-up going on dating back to the mid-40s. Way to go out
Sounds about right.
Way to go out on a limb there, Mr.
Yeah,
Greer.
you were dropping some groundbreaking ideas here.
But what he says is Greer thinks that the U.S. developed a secret space program from Dugway, or at Dugway.
I'm still not hearing anything groundbreaking. Let me guess. The next thing he revealed to the world is that the spam is better fried.
Yes.
So, fried spam is actually pretty good.
Yes. And he says that the government has developed craft that can travel deep into the solar
His
system.
asshole.
That's a different kind of probe, but we developed that in the caveman days. Let's be honest. That probe got developed.
Wonder how much homoerotic activity was going on back then.
That probe got developed the first morning the caveman, or closest thing to a human, woke up in the very first morning when he woke up and he had morning wood. Something got probed.
I think Neanderthal is the closest relative to humans.
When the first Neanderthal woke up or evolved enough to wake up and have consciousness and have a heart on, something got probed.
I don't know. I'm having second thoughts. I'm pretty sure it's either Neanderthal or Cro-Magnon.
That's why Layla Chupacabra doesn't sleep with me anymore.
Ew.
I'm just joking.
That's nasty.
All right, where was that? But like I said,
Jesus Christ.
He believes we have developed the capability to travel deep into space with Captain Kirk. He even quotes a former CEO of Lockheed Martin, Mr. Ben Rich.
Oh.
Have you heard of Mr. Ben Rich?
I know Lockheed Martin.
Right. But Mr. Rich, on his deathbed, gave one of these...
You want to try that one again?
On his deathbed, gave a deathbed confessional.
You fucking Group X, the Arabian rap group?
Yes.
His deathbed. He said, "Oh, crap shit, same as my front head like days."
But on his deathbed, he gave a deathbed confession, and I'm going to kind of quote here, but to paraphrase a little bit, they developed an anti-gravity craft, in his words, that can take E.T. home. You know, with the E.T. reference. You know, go home.
Oh.
Yes. Also, he said that there has been so much focus on these black projects and these black budgets. This is what it's going to. This is where all that money, you wonder why they pay $8,000 million for a fucking gold toilet seat lid or toilet seat.
I always thought it was just going to presidential golf outings.
No, it's going to take E.T. home.
Why the fuck do we care?
We don't.
Was this a Men in Black situation? Is he
Yes.
a prince on his planet and they're going to destroy it if he's not returned?
Yes, but
Living in some fat jeweler's face.
Mr. Rich also states that the government or the powers that be, I don't even want to use the term government because this goes way beyond.
Big brother.
This goes way beyond government. They will never let you know. They will never come clean. There will never be any documents released to prove this.
Oh, I completely believe that.
Because, and that's where the government that's why the government started using private contractors. Because private contractors aren't obliged or don't fall under the umbrella of the Freedom of Information Act.
Mm-hmm.
Like Lockheed Martin, you'll never get any documents out of them because they don't have to.
Right.
That is why the government puts all subcontracts out all this shit. So
because by subcontracting, that person or that corporation or that business is not liable to provide information or documentation to the masses.
And that is one reason why we will never get true disclosure.
No.
It'll have to be in the form of a person like Bob Lazar, hopefully with a little bit more credibility.
And even then, that shit ain't going to happen. Because I say all the time, everybody's like, Bob Lazar, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, dude, if Bob Lazar was saying anything that was that mind-blowing and that substantial to the whole situation,
Circumcised?
Yes. Do you think that that he would be walking around right now?
Well,
No, the government would have taken him the fuck out.
yes and no. I mean, but his story broke so big,
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of hard to take him out that without raising. You're just going to add fuel to the conspiracy fire by taking him out. Man, we got the bass thumping. We got that trunk rattling, baby.
It was 9:30 at night,
I know, but
and they're clearly not moving.
don't they know this street's greatest podcast is being broadcast right now? Aren't they aware of it? The most popular podcast on the internet from this area.
Are we done testing our fucking 15 over there?
All right. So let's kind of move into what we do know, what really happened. There's actual documentation of that is just as fucked up, and actually, in my opinion, more interesting than all this alien and UFO stuff. Which I think that stuff's interesting, but this
Like Jared Leto's house.
his cult. He's a cult leader now.
He's an interesting character.
A shitty bat or a shitty Joker, but interesting character.
See, I think his Joker could have been fine if they actually put him on camera.
Well, I think he went too over the top. He tried to how do we get off on these tangents? But we're going to go anyway.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like if they gave him his own movie, it would be great because it would just be so.
I think.
Like, it would be so in depth. You know what I'm saying?
No, I think
it's just like fucking Joaquin Phoenix.
I was not a big fan of that.
Really, I fucking love that movie.
I mean, I like
the backstory, like
I like the approach.
Yeah,
that they took. I like the way they did, but I wasn't. It wasn't. It didn't feel like the Joker to me.
See, that's what I liked about it though, is because I feel like that was like they showed. Because my thing with that movie is, it's like everybody was like, "Oh, he snapped," blah blah blah, and I was like, in my mind, I'm like, I don't think he did. I don't think that. I think they just barely scratched the surface of the mental break of the Joker in that movie. Like that was just kind of flirting with what the monster that he eventually became.
Just to, I want to answer Gregory's or talk about his statement here real quick. We were talking about Bob Lazar getting axed.
The government helped kill.
No, the government did not kill JFK.
No,
People that work for the government.
They didn't stop him.
People that work for the government
And the mob.
And probably some other people, maybe other people in other governments, they kind of all joined forces too.
I think the most influence that they had on the JFK assassination was just turning a blind eye. They just looked the other way.
If my personal opinion, see, the government's just too big of a word. Mm-hmm. The government did not kill JFK. Somebody in the government, a branch of the government did.
Well, there's also the fact that
CIA.
We're saying the government.
Right.
Like,
if
I say the government, I don't just mean the United States either.
Right. In my personal opinion, it was the CIA. They had motive, means, and opportunity.
Yeah, CIA is behind all this shit.
Right. Now, the mob link, CIA. CIA used the mob. I mean, so
it was just too easy.
Right.
Because the mob was already involved in the Kennedy family anyway.
Right. And, the Kennedys.
Or I guess the Kennedy family was already involved with the mob, whatever.
Let's just say the Kennedy, good old Jack, was not on good terms with the CIA.
No.
They were right around the corner from being no more.
He was a fucking teamster.
So,
essentially,
the CIA wanted him
not
out.
something that the U.S. government was a fan of at the time.
Right. The CIA wanted him out because it was one of those kill or be killed.
He gone.
That is my opinion. Okay, let's get to the real good shit of Dugway Proving Ground. Have you ever heard of Skull Valley, the Skull Valley sheep mutilation or the sheep death? Have you heard of that, Travis?
No.
Okay. March of 1968, over 6,000 sheep either died or became extremely ill overnight. Skull Valley is approximately 30 miles away from Dugway. Let me turn the page.
Turn the page.
A strange substance was found in the blood of the sheep. Now,
was it semen?
No.
Fuck.
What that substance was, I will tell you right now. A little thing called the VX nerve agent. Have you heard of that? You've heard of that, VX, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
It's the same shit was on, what was it, The Rock
yeah.
with Sean Connery and
Mm-hmm.
same shit, nasty shit. One
That dramatic
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage
Yes.
dive. It was Nick Cage, wasn't it?
Yes, some of Cage's finest work. Now, one pin drop of this shit could kill a full-grown adult. Could kill you or me. Just a pin. What
It's work stuff.
oh,
Go ahead.
they burn it down.
No.
Oh, okay, but just that's how powerful this stuff.
Apologies to the viewers.
That's how powerful this shit is. Now, what VX actually is, for those of you who've never heard of VX, VX is a human-made chemical warfare agent classified as a nerve agent. Nerve agents are the most toxic and rapidly acting of all the known chemical warfare agents. The shit works.
Mhm.
Man-made. We developed this shit. As in man, I don't know whether U.S. or somebody else, another government did it, but human being developed this nasty ass shit. Now, it has been reported that like I said earlier in the podcast, was a testing ground for chemical and biological weapons.
Mm-hmm.
It is reported that Dugway was one of the testing sites for a delivery mechanism for VX. Now, wouldn't we think these scientists and people developing this shit were smart?
You would hope.
You would hope. That would be the hope of all this. But apparently, in this night before the sheep died, they were testing its delivery system like a crop duster, just on a jet. And apparently,
And what do we call that now?
napalm? No, what?
No, the fucking
Chemtrails.
Yeah.
Yes. This was a
I love
little.
how I'm the one that brought it up and then brain farted the fucking.
That's a little different. They were hoping they wanted this shit to get to the ground. Because it needs to get to the ground.
Yeah.
But apparently during this test, the pilot ran the test, released it, said all signs good. They said, okay, lock her up and bring her home, boys. So they hit the off switch, but apparently something malfunctioned.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a bird feather got in the close and it didn't close all the way. So this jet was leaking this shit all the way back to the 30 miles back to Dugway. And apparently the route took them over a farm. And it got on the grass and I believe the snow. And the sheep ate this grass and died. Now, what was it? There's a very important. What I want to say is, did these geniuses not? Meteorology was not big back in this time. Did they not know about wind? Does this sound safe to let something as deadly as VX, like I said, a pin drop could kill you or me? And we're not small gentlemen. We're biggins. Large and in charge.
We like them big. We like them chunky. Why is my microphone so fucking high up?
I don't know. I thought you were trying to be Lemmy or something.
I don't know. I mean, like, I like it.
But
I feel like it allows me to
I
do
think
this
this
shit
is
that I normally do a little more.
I'm all for testing, but something this lethal, might want to find a better way to downscale that shit.
Right? Like, literally just, I don't know, put a drop in some water and give it to a mouse.
Yeah, a more controlled test.
Yeah, you know.
There's too many variables going on in the environment for this kind of test. Of course, back in the 40s, we were kind of stupid. We were stupid because people would get on the rooftops in Vegas and watch the nuclear test.
That's like, yeah, that's like, hey, where are we gonna test this new weaponry that we made that shoots 6,000 rounds a minute? Well, now Tim threw out the idea of doing it at that underground facility that's got the range and everything. Is literally impossible for anything to escape. I was thinking we just go out in my front yard and just see what happens and let that motherfucker go. Don't worry about the neighbors or the elementary school or the church across the street. It's fine.
Yeah. So VX on the grass killed the sheep. Now this incident was actually well known. It wasn't covered up. Well, they tried to cover up naturally like they always do. But it did get out. People were pissy about it. And it actually, was the incident that contributed to President Nixon to ban all open-air chemical weapon tests in 1969.
69.
So, obviously, a genius like Nixon realized, who recorded every fucking thing, that maybe we shouldn't be open-air testing shit that can kill an entire fucking city.
You fucked up, Jim.
Now, fun fact here about Dugway and VX gas. January of 2011. Dugway.
The year of our Lord.
Dugway was put on lockdown.
Oh.
And do you know why Dugway was put on lockdown?
For how come?
Because a 1 milliliter vial of VX nerve agent
Went missing.
And the base was on lockdown for 12 hours. They found it after 12 hours. How do you misplace a vial of probably one of the most deadly substances? I'm going on a limb. I'm not an expert. I'm saying one of the most deadly creations that could kill everybody.
Yeah.
How do you just misplace one?
Right.
In
a government facility.
Do they hire morons that can't count when they do inventory? 1, 2, 5. What?
Oh, you would think the shit would be trackable.
You would think. In 2011.
Like, the fuck?
10, 11 years ago.
Yeah, that's not that long ago.
You would think. But, no. It went missing. Just the fact that we even have this shit is, I'm not all for it, because when shit goes missing, I've seen NCIS enough to know that shit can be leaked into the water supply. Hey, we're testing some shit. We're coming to the end of Dugway. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty. Now, some other interesting things that happened in Dugway or at Dugway that make things you think, ooh, maybe some shit's kind of weird here. Maybe we got some interesting stuff going on. In 2004, the Genesis space probe was tumbling. Something malfunctioned, was tumbling back to Earth, out of control apparently, and heading towards a town. Or
was it Phil Collins' career?
No. That was.
There's levels to that one.
Yes, there's a lot of levels. But it was tumbling toward a city, going to give a lot of people a bad fucking day.
Bogging down a little bit over there, bud.
Yeah, tune that carburetor up a little, buddy. But somehow the probe changed course and ended up crashing. Do you know where it crashed?
Dugway.
Dun, dun, dun. Now, was this probe out of control is a real question. Did they have control? You would think these probes do have some sort of guidance system where they can, a little nerd with a joystick, original Atari joystick with a little red button, bring this shit in. You would think.
Bring in the big guns. Not the Atari 2600.
Yes.
The Atari 2600.
Or did Dugway develop some kind of tractor beam type device?
John Deere?
Not that kind of tractor.
Fuck.
Star Trek kind of tractor.
A tractor beam?
Tractor. And capture it or grab hold of it somehow and pull it and crash it to Dugway. Very interesting. Now, I would...
Or was it Bugs Bunny with that big fucking U-shaped magnet?
Wile E. Coyote was sitting on that sumbitch with a rocket.
Like how he did Michael Jordan dirty on that hole-in-one.
No.
That was bad acting in that.
Coyote
He said, yes!
Parachuted onto it, landed on it with an Acme rocket, and guided it in. That's what happened. I'm going to go with there was probably some kind of...
There you go.
I'm going to go with some kind of... they just had...
It's okay, Chalupa. It's just a tuner car.
They had some kind of... They hacked the guidance system and changed the course and brought it in. You would think. Now, if it was tumbling out of control, I've seen enough movies where shit's tumbling out of control. It's... Hey, Maverick couldn't recover.
Star Trek is factually accurate aeronautically.
Ask Goose. Maverick couldn't... He was in an uncontrollable spin. So it's kind of hard, but I don't know. Now, another interesting...
Val Kilmer's never told a lie.
No. Another little interesting quinky dink that happened at Dugway. Spoiler alert. In 2009, a meteor was entering the atmosphere and eventually exploded like they do. Generally,
like it normally happens.
People think that they hit the ground. Not all hit the ground. Most of them, as they're entering, they
disintegrate
in air, just like what was the one in Russian Siberia. That never hit the ground. It just got close and then evaporated. And
it kind of fizzles out.
This happened over Dugway airspace. And you guessed it, all the debris landed in Dugway. So did we develop something that can take maybe some kind of ET defense system to, that mothership that's coming? That way we don't have to rely on Will Smith and
Randy Quaid.
Interesting
thought.
What?
You ever think about the fact that Randy Quaid is in Kingpin?
Yes.
Crazy.
Okay. I guess Bill Murray and Woody Harrelson, but that's beside the point.
I'm just hitting him with the hard-hitting facts.
But actually, if they had this...
Leave me Munson out here in the middle of nowhere.
If we have this technology, Harry Connick Jr. Hey, it's been a long fucking day. Harry Connick Jr. would not die because he would do something stupid in not Days of Fun, Jesus Christ. In Independence Day, when they were being chased, he said, I'm about to do something stupid. He said, don't do it. And right before Will Smith took out the fucking alien with the parachute.
Yeah.
Jeez. Movie reference. That's all I got.
Dude, it's Independence Day. I haven't seen that movie in fucking years.
Actually, it was on the other day. I watched about 2.5 minutes of it.
And we were like, oh, no, thanks.
Then I watched 5.5 minutes of Independence Day 2. With Thor's brother.
I don't know if I've seen all of that. I've seen part of it.
With Thor's brother, Ian.
Thor?
No, Chris.
They might as well just both be Thor.
Chris is a little more jacked. He's taking a few more steroids. I'm fine with it. That's what I hate about TikTok. I don't have an issue with any of the motherfuckers taking that shit. I hate those TikTok.
As long as you do it right.
Those TikTokers that bitch about, do the whole natty or natural thing. Fuck you, motherfuckers. Who gives a shit if they're taking?
I mean, good for you. Like, if that's what you want to go for it. But I mean, you shouldn't
And
what are you talking about? In competition? Sure, don't take steroids in competition, or don't get caught. Or don't be mad when the guy that get caught taking steroids beats you in competition.
Moon Unit's here. Good to see you, Moon Unit. It's like the like bodybuilding. If everybody's doing it, is it really cheating?
Yeah, because they are.
Everybody's doing it, so it's not fucking cheating.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. But like actors, fuck. And it's not like the 1980s, 70s, 80s, and 90s when you're taking Anabol. This shit's... Science has improved a little bit. It's not probably quite as deadly. What's Gregory had to say? Oh.
Interesting.
Oh, one of my favorite quotes in any movie, which we haven't talked about Tombstone this episode. We might as well talk about it now.
Really? I think the most masterful writing in that whole movie is when Kurt Russell just keeps going, no.
Oh, when at the
no.
When the best, and then at the end he said, "What's he doing? Where's he at?" Or asked Val Kilmer, Doc Holliday.
Mm-hmm.
Where's he at? Down there walking on water.
Oh man, such an interesting movie. Star-studded cast.
Oh, brilliant! And let's see, Power Boost's dead. What else is dead? I don't know. Alrighty, do you got anything you want to talk about? We do have 2 stories we can talk about. What do you think about Dugway?
It's one of those things. It's like interesting. I'm not discrediting it, but again, I say all the time, if there was something going on there, there's not anymore. Not the way it was. Because as soon as we find out about the shit, the government's not just going to sit there and let it stay there. because they know there's going to be eyes on it. They know there's going to be people sleuthing the internet for any information about anything that goes on in, around, or anything that goes in or out of. Like, it's just like the government doesn't just stay in one place and do stuff. They're not that stupid.
Well, I think it wouldn't surprise me if every one of these bases have underground complexes.
Tyler just said the only knowledge he has from Tombstone is from us. Watch Tombstone.
It was on this weekend.
I know. Where was I? I think I was with Better Half. Maybe we were at her house or something, and I was like, "That's like one of the best movies ever made." It's so gangster. It's a western, but it's gangster as fuck. He's like, "Get to fighting or get out."
I like, what was it?
And I also love western movies, how they like you can just freely walk around and thump motherfuckers on the noggin with your gun.
One of the best lines. That movie has so many good lines. When he comes into town, when Kurt Russell comes into town, and Billy Bob Thornton pull that smoke. What was he? He's sitting there, pull that smoke wagon or do something. Whatever he's telling him to pull his gun.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking. I love that part. And Billy Bob is thick as fuck.
Yeah,
almost unrecognizable.
Well, Billy Bob Thornton is a slept-on actor.
Oh, excellent actor.
He's no. I don't think anybody touches. Fuck. God damn it. What's his name? From Gangs of New York.
Oh, Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yes. Daniel Day-Lewis is like Daniel Day-Lewis, as far as modern day actors, is like in his own realm.
Yes.
It's like he's the guy Jared Leto wishes he was.
Right. I agree.
The closest person I could put on that would be to that is Heath Ledger when he played Joker.
And that's part of the reason
his level of commitment to that, or even Jim Carrey, or not Jim Carrey,
Jack Nicholson, Joker.
Wait, yeah, Jim Carrey, also
in as
everything,
as the Riddler. Oh
no, not even as the Riddler, as Andy Kaufman, as the Grinch. Even apparently he did that shit with the Grinch too.
Yeah,
as soon as that makeup was on, he was the Grinch all the time.
Tyler talks about Young Guns. It's been so long since I've seen it, but don't ever mention
Wyatt Earp can go fuck itself.
Here's the problem with Wyatt Earp.
Tombstone is better.
Oh, much better. For one, Wyatt Earp is fucking 18 hours long.
Yeah. Young Guns is all right.
It's been so long since I've seen it. I like giving... One thing I do like about Costner's version of Wyatt Earp is the backstory. You get more of the backstory.
Mm-hmm.
You know, of what he was like.
Yeah, which nobody wants that shit. Not in a movie. I'll watch a documentary.
I love that shit.
I do too, but not when it's fucking... When I have to, like, set aside a whole afternoon to watch it.
Well, I mean, but
it's just like The Godfather. The Godfather's a fucking great movie, but it could have been an hour shorter, at least.
Could have been...
Scarface could have been an hour shorter. Great film.
But that was the problem. That was a problem with movie making at that time.
Titanic. Holy fuck.
That was a problem with movie making at that time. One studio would do Tombstone.
Mm-hmm.
Another studio would say, "Oh, well, we have to do something and do it different."
Yeah.
Just like we talked about Armageddon. And there was, what was that one with Tia Leone? There's another one, Armageddon type movie.
With Tia Leone?
Yeah. And
around the same time?
Yeah, it came out like the same year. But where it actually had Morgan Freeman in it.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Where
Fuck.
I don't think it was an asteroid. It might have been a comet.
Oh, motherfucker.
Where it actually hit. You know, Tia Leone's and her dad standing on the beach. Just take it.
Yeah.
Take a full facial.
Yeah. Fuck, what is that?
But that's what the movies makers did.
Oh, yeah, they all dick ride.
Yeah.
Whatever works.
One person gets an idea, so there's another movie made about the same fucking thing.
Yeah, and then somebody makes a...
But Wyatt Earp, Kevin Costner's Wyatt Earp, should have left fucking Tombstone out of it.
Ugh.
And talked about...
He said Godfather is the bomb. I had all 3 on VHS. Godfather was very good. It was too long.
2 wasn't bad.
2 was watchable.
3
3 never should have been made.
wasn't there another?
I think there was. I don't know.
Yeah,
I gave up after 3.
1 was probably one of the. I would say if it wasn't, it's like Wyatt Earp. Kevin Costner. It's way too fucking long.
Yeah.
You got to block out a serious amount of time to watch it. Welcome to Ghost in the Night movie review.
I mean, it's ridiculous. Like, what the audacity? Like, there's John Wayne movies with intermissions, and they're not really that long.
Yeah.
Like, The Cowboys has an intermission in it if you watch it on VHS.
Yeah.
Because I had it on VHS back in the day. I
But
love that movie.
Just to make the point of what I liked about, I liked that backstory shit. They could have left out the Tombstone shit on Wyatt Earp, Kevin Costner's Wyatt Earp, and just ended it.
Who produced Tombstone?
I don't know. But
I'm
I
looking it up.
like the backstory of. I love the backstory of anything. That's why I watch all these fucking. What is that? Breaking the Band shit and all that shit.
Oh, I do too, but like it's too fucking long.
It was too fucking long. But I like learning why Kevin Costner's version of why Wyatt Earp, the things that happened to him in his life that turned him into Wyatt Earp. So that's what I liked about it. Like you said, it was way too fucking long. I did not like the casting that much, and I don't mind Kevin Costner. I like Kevin Costner movies.
Right.
I forget who played the other main characters, but
Oh, and Wyatt Earp.
yeah.
Let's see. Val Kilmer was Doc Holliday.
No,
Kurt Russell.
Tombstone.
Wyatt Earp.
Yeah, Tombstone. Tombstone had the best.
Oh, I don't know.
Much better.
Let's see. I'll look it up. But
I mean, Tombstone's got Kilmer.
And plus, Kurt Russell looked just like Wyatt Earp.
Yeah. And, Sam Elliott, Bill Paxton.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sam Elliott is alone. Sam Elliott alone makes films.
Yes.
Was my least favorite. I like the second the best because of the. No, second one is not better. For this, Godfather 2 is not better than Godfather 1.
I mean, it's like you said, it's all right. I mean, I'd rather watch 1. But at the back.
Did Scorsese make all of them?
I don't think he made the last one.
That makes sense because it sucked. Oh, yet another one, The Irishman.
That was fucking horrible.
I thought it was all right. It was too long.
Well,
if that movie was an hour and a half
Deep
long.
Impact. Thank you, Moon. That was the name of the album.
If it was an hour and a half long, great. Like, would have enjoyed the shit out of it.
Waterworld, I did not mind.
Waterworld I liked Waterworld.
I liked it too. It got trashed.
Yeah,
No,
it is very long.
And the Postman sucked. I will say that.
The what?
The Postman, the apocalyptic UPS.
Yeah.
Fuck that show sucked. But
the whole thing was fucking weird. Like,
yes, Dennis Quaid was Doc Holliday in Wyatt Earp.
Let's see, I got it.
But Waterworld got shit on. But I
Gene Hackman played Nicholas Earp.
Oh, the dad.
Joanna Going played Josephine. Boots Sutherland played the marshal. That man's name is Boots Sutherland. He's an American hero already. Martin Cove, Annabeth Gish, a bunch of we're officially in people I don't fucking know. Mark Harmon.
Yeah, he played, what's his name? The
John Bean.
Beam, yeah.
Taya Leone.
Yeah, she was a whore. She was a hooker. She was a prostitute in the beginning. I remember.
Bill
her.
Pullman was Ed Masterson.
Yeah.
Michael Madsen was Verge.
Ah, that's who it was, yeah.
Oh.
And
a lot of motherfuckers in this too. Shit, I don't remember. Tom Sizemore.
Bat Masterson was Tom Sizemore. Yeah.
I've literally seen this movie. Like,
and what's his name?
Maybe
from
once,
Karate Kid,
or maybe twice.
What was the bad guy from Karate Kid? The sensei.
Now, the sensei. Let's see.
Johnny's sensei, but he played
Martin Cove.
He was in it too.
Yeah, he was Martin. Yeah. Boots Sutherland. Now I gotta look up Boots Sutherland and see what he's been in because his name's fucking Boots.
We'll save these. We'll just shoot the shit. Fuck the rest of it. We'll save these for a shit show.
For working on numerous Western TV shows, movies such as Wyatt Earp, No Country for Old Men, Terminator Salvation, Hostiles, Young Guns 2, fuck Young Guns 2.
Boots Sutherland is related to Kiefer. That's what Tyler says.
Let's see. Let's go to his wiki. Come on, Boots. No, that's not what we want. That's a fake ass wiki. Let's see. Family. 2 children, grandchildren. That doesn't help me at all. Fuck you. I don't know how to
Better
spell
buy me
Kiefer.
dinner first.
How do you spell Kiefer?
What? Keifer.
Not Keeget. Oh, he's in Yellowstone too.
Ooh.
Boot Sutherland.
What's Boots Sutherland look like?
Boot Sutherland.
Oh, okay. Oh, he was in just a little bit of season 2.
Well, I haven't watched Yellowstone yet.
It's not bad. I like it.
I know it's supposed to be amazing.
It's really good.
I'm more interested in 1892. But that's
1883.
What?
1883.
Is that what it's called? Whatever.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
I
didn't see anything that says he's related to Keith Sutherland. It's spelled differently too. Keither. I said Keither. But yeah. Oh, do we want to would you like me to pull up Tyler's experiences?
I tell you what, when we're gonna get together with Tyler here one of these days, right?
I'm down. He's not far from where we hang out.
We'll talk about it and then maybe do one.
We'll just do nothing but fucking work. Like,
and maybe one night we'll do a live stream and get him on the phone. He can tell it to the crowd himself.
we could do that. That's a thing. That's a possibility. That's a event horizon.
We'll just work out when he's off and do a live stream that night, record an episode that night. Just let Tyler have his own fucking episode.
I'm down.
I ask a question, go to sleep. You ask a question, then I'll wake up and you go to sleep. Just let him rant for 45 minutes. We'll go jerk off or something. Fuck, I don't know.
No, I'll just sit here with the Tucker Carlson face.
You gotta wear a bow tie, bitch.
He really does. Have you ever noticed that when he interviews somebody, he asks a question, he goes,
I've never really watched.
and what did you do after that?
I've never really watched that. I think we should wrap this up. It's time.
He looks like a little kid in the front row watching Bill Nye with the lights off. How you walk in and they all have fat tongues and they're just.
I think we should wrap up. It's 10 o'clock.
Oh, he moved.
Ooh. Greenville, Indiana?
North Carolina?
You moved to Greenville, North Carolina? Where the fuck did you move? What state did you move to?
I don't know. That's the first in Greenville that fucking pops into my head.
Event Horizon? I've seen it, but I don't really remember that much about it. It obviously didn't make.
That's the one with John Travolta, isn't it?
I don't think so.
Which one was that? Or was that?
It was George Clooney in Event Horizon.
Maybe. What's the one with with John Travolta as an alien?
Oh, that's the one based off of Scientology. That's a book.
Is it really?
Yes, was it Battlefield Earth?
Yeah.
That's based on one of L. Ron Hubbard's book. Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes, that was an L. Ron Hubbard book.
That's awesome.
That was John's passion.
No wonder it's so fucking stupid.
Greenville, Ohio. Where the fuck's Greenville, Ohio?
I don't know. We're putting a lot of Tyler's business out there tonight. So all you murderers out there, hold on.
Nobody's
I'll give him
listening.
I'll give him his full name, social security number.
The only people who are listening or watching now are the regulars. Half the crowd dropped.
I don't know.
Just a hard.
I've never heard of that place. It's only an hour away. An hour away. I've never heard of it. But it's not far. It's the one in red.
Okay, it's up by Dayton. It's not too far. That's not too bad. Maybe we'll just do it by phone. All right. It's late. We're gonna wrap it. I'm gonna call it. Put a fork in it. It's done. Now, last week I misspoke. next episode will not be vampires in America. Travis wants to do a crazy topic, and it's called Stairways to Nowhere?
Yeah, pretty much.
I know nothing about this. Travis brought this to the table, and I'm going to let him run with it I'm not even going to listen. I'm going to be like you and just listen, and I just get to ask questions.
It's an interesting phenomenon. I'll have to pull some stuff from Reddit.
Yes. But the following episode live stream will be vampires in America. Now, I don't know how we're going to do it yet. We've kind of talked about doing.
You have to watch it.
You have to watch.
It's amazingly bad.
We will give you homework next week to watch Vampires in America for the following episode. There'll be a quiz.
If you have Discovery Plus, it's up there.
There'll be there'll be a quiz afterwards. But
on what?
We might play some clips of it. Some of the.
If we can.
What are we gonna do? What are they gonna do?
I don't know how that shit. You know more about that shit.
What are they gonna do? Ban? I think if we're commenting on it, we can play some of it.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't show fucking an hour of it and then say this sucked.
Can we?
But we'll cut out a few little snippets and say these guys are fucking crazy. All right, but that will be so. Next week will be Stairways to Nowhere. Not Stairways to Heaven, our Led Zeppelin special. But the following week will be Vampires in America, which is, and I don't want to do a complete. Maybe a Patreon will do a watch Patreon. That way the Patreon members can join and watch and listen to us bitch and moan and laugh and throw things at the television. But I think Vampires in America is an interesting. I don't want to say these fuckers are crazy. Oh, they're cray. But I think
they're fucking actors.
Oh, yes, they are. But I think the concept, some of the things they bring up, I can buy, and then some of the shit is just stupid as fuck. I'm sure we'll do another werewolf or at least another cryptid episode here.
That's a show, I guess, or a movie.
But we do want to we've kind of gotten off the paranormal train a little bit here lately. We got to do a paranormal or ghost.
Something.
Ghost or haunting.
I mean, that shit does get stale at sometimes.
Because
once unless you throw in vampires or something like that, it's the same story over. You know, well, not the same story, but it's the same thing. They saw shadows. They saw orbs. So
that is what we got coming up for the next 2 weeks. We might even throw a shit show in somewhere, maybe after Vampires in America. Or Vampires in America will probably be a shit show anyway. But we got some things going on. If you want, be sure to share and like all this shit. Share the episode now that it's over. Share it. Say, hey, we got this cool podcast live stream we would like to watch. Why don't you go check it out? Follow us on all your favorite podcast apps. However you take it in. iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Spotify, naturally Apple, Google Podcasts. Those are by far the biggest, I guess. Spotify's pretty big.
I'd say Spotify and Apple, probably.
Yeah, Google, whatever.
I know you're hungry. We're wrapping it up.
I just fed that little fucker.
It's either she's hungry or she's got to go out.
She's probably got to go out. Go shit.
We know.
Go shit in the floor. But be sure to follow us on however you listen or take in your podcast, and leave us a 5-star review. That goes a long way to getting us in front of more eyes. We had a pretty good turnout this evening for our live stream, which we thank everybody that listened to us tonight. So if you are listening to this after the fact and you want to come join the party, the chat is very entertaining most nights, and tonight they did not disappoint. They are talking about some crazy shit, and this is what
Gonzo disappeared.
This is what we do at the end. We kind of talk to the people in the chat, and that's why we went on a movie rant.
And at the beginning.
Wow, yes. So it is not our fault we talked about Tombstone. It was the chat people's fault we talked about Tombstone. Blame them. So, but if
I learned it from watching you.
If you're listening to this, be sure to join us on our YouTube live stream. Just search Ghost in the Night. You can find us, and you will hit the subscribe button and hit the bell. That way you know exactly when we're going. They'll send you a nice little message saying, hey, these dumbasses are about ready to go live.
I know. I wish we could customize it so everybody's subscribed when they get the little bing. It's like, hey, fucko.
Yeah. But follow us on all our social medias. Follow us on Twitter at night_ghost, at Ghost in the Night on Facebook for our Facebook page. At TikTok, we do some videos, but not so much. Well, we do. We throw them up occasionally.
Not as much as, I mean, well,
but TikTok.
I would say the videos are on TikTok as often as they're on anything else. We don't
we don't pump them
post in general.
Yes.
No, because usually it's not videos.
You can find us on TikTok at gitn.podcast.
Yes.
And on Instagram at ghost_night_podcast. Be sure to follow our pretty faces there, and we would greatly appreciate it. Be sure to interact. Be sure to share those posts. Travis works very hard on his damn memes.
God, you're old.
What?
Oh, that was a really funny meme you posted today.
Well, technically, that's how it's spelled.
It is. Well, with a long E between the two M's, it does require an E on the end, phonetically and grammatically.
I'm checking out.
If it was two E's in between the M's.
My point is, I was trying to give you a fucking compliment, asshole.
I don't do well with positivity.
How hard you work on these things and posting this shit. Sure,
at one point, not so much now. I've got it down to a science.
Give
at this
him
point.
some love, and be sure to interact, engage with those hard things.
I do get excited when I get
Yes.
likes and shares and shit like that.
Yes, he likes it.
I do.
He gets at least a 3/4 inch Woody.
I know. I'm still pretty pumped on this on that UFO meme that I posted on Twitter. That did very well.
But if you want to support the podcast, go to patreon.com/GITN podcast. That is where you can get some bonus materials. We are going to get, once things start settling down here, we are going to start doing more bonus. Try to do a bonus episode maybe after an episode, because we've talked about maybe if recording on Saturdays if we can.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have to, if Travis doesn't have to work, and maybe that will free us up to do a after episode Patreon. And I've also thought about, just when I'm doing my research, throwing a camera on.
Yeah.
And it'll be boring for you fuckers. But point is, you get bonus material at patreon.com/GITN podcast if you want to become a patron of the Patreon account. That is a great way to support and share the love with us by giving us a mere $2.
Love me.
And that way we can get new cameras, which we need, but we need a new mixer, so I can have a nice little sound effect and go, when Travis says something stupid, I can go, dickhead, or fuck you.
And then the whole episode, I can just hold a button that exclusively cuts Phil's mic.
I'm just sitting there going,
or makes you sound like the teacher from Charlie Brown.
I can actually, I have a robot filter I can put on. Not live.
Don't tell me that.
Not live.
Fuck.
In editing, I can make the whole thing. I have one of these. Oh, we'll get it. We'll talk. I got one more thing. I wanted one episode, do the slow things down and make
Dude, it's so entertaining.
make it sound like we're drunk. Do a video or a TikTok. It's slowed down.
It's so entertaining.
That would be fucking hilarious. Because it does sound.
If you guys ever weren't here for that, listen to your favorite podcast at 0.75 speed on your podcast app. It is fucking hilarious.
Sounds like,
especially me.
Sounds like we're shit faced. All right, that'll be it for this week. Thank you everybody for joining us for our little 2-hour marathon of Area 52 and our regular bullshit. We thank you. We love you. We appreciate each and every one of you. We will see you next week. Don't know whether it be Sunday, Monday. We don't know yet. We don't know.
As it sits right now, it should be Sunday, but we'll see.
Follow us on the social media apps, and you will know, because I didn't do an update today.
And leave us reviews.
Leave us a fucking review, people.
They're so important. I never knew how important reviews on podcasts.
And be sure to like this live stream.
I already did.
And comment.
I started the train.
And comment and say nice things about us.
Yeah, don't be like the kid that almost got fucking flamed on
I
short.
I had to pull. Maybe, you know what? Maybe next episode we'll do a little intro talk. Or next shit show. We'll post it and picture the comment, and
We'll have to cut out the name though, because I'm pretty sure it's actually a kid.
we'll blast. We'll put him on blast.
I had such a good one too.
I know, but let's do
Phil
it.
never lets me have any fun.
Let's do it on air.
Yeah, we just got to cover up the name.
Oh,
and
I can
everything
blur
like
out
that.
the name.
Yeah,
But we'll take a picture.
probably the profile picture too, because it's pretty.
I can blur. I have blurring capabilities.
Oh yeah.
We'll screenshot it and share it with the next shit show and go on blast on this 12-year-old in the fucking basement.
I mean, it'd only be like a fucking 45-second rant, but it'd be funny.
It'll be a 45-second rant that turns into a half an hour. I've met you, Travis.
And then we'll turn that into a clip and see if he has something to say about that one.
Yes.
Or like the other guy. The one guy who's like, you thought that was clip worthy. Motherfucker.
I mean, that was,
yeah, and you watched it and you fucking commented on it. So
that was a perfect response.
Who's the dummy?
All right, we're out here. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next week. Love you.
Don't fuck animals.
Does that need to be said?
No questions.
What are you, Fred West?
I defer your questions to my attorney.
All right.